Hello, hello. Who's here today? Okay, just wanted to see if anyone is here. All right, cool. I am actually using my computer for the first time today, so I could wear this funky microphone. So, who's here today? I'm Martine. I'm from Aero Center Fitness, of course, and I am just going to tilt that down a little bit. Nope, we're going this way today. Okay, let's just drop a little hello if you happen to be there. Let's see how this works. All right, I'm just looking. Oh, Elena's here. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Hi, Helen. Okay. Hi. Can you just let me know if you can hear me? Maybe, maybe. Perfect. Okay, I think we are in business. All right, so I'm just going to go head on over back there to my map, but welcome. Um, and as always, just make sure that if you have any pre-existing conditions or if you're pregnant, that you have consulted with your doctor before joining us today. Also, if you feel faint or dizzy at any time, please just stop. You can hold in child's pose. You can lie down on the floor. Actually, maybe not if you're dizzy, but just stop whatever it is that we're doing. Also, we assume no liability. So, what I want you to do is have a seat on top of your mat. Coming through loud and clear. Thanks, Lynn, aka Mom. I'm just going to close that back there. Okay, so let's sit up nice and tall. You're going to just rest your hands on your knees, close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. I want to start by taking really deep breaths in and try to calm your mind. Find relaxation in the body. So, what I'd like to try and do now, exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Hold your breath for just a moment and inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale, feel the openness in the rib cage in your lungs. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards your spine. Again, inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, engaging the abdominals. Inhale, lift the chest, open the rib cage, open the collarbones. Exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears and open your eyes. Amazing. Come on to all fours here. You're going to take your right hand behind your head. And as you inhale, you're going to open that shoulder or the elbow rather up towards the ceiling and exhale, bring it back down to where it started. Inhale as you open here. Exhale, see if you can bring that elbow into the opposite elbow. Inhale, right elbow comes up. Exhale, right elbow to left elbow. Inhale to open. Exhale, maybe you can bring the elbow down to the hand. 2 more. And 1 more. Right hand comes down. Same thing on the left. So left hand behind your head. Inhale to open. Exhale and come back to where you started. Inhale to open and exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Let's see if you can get the elbow to the opposite elbow, opening up the upper back. And again. Maybe you can start to bring that elbow down towards the right hand this time. Good working mobility in that upper back. Oh, and take the left hand back to the floor. Curl the toes underneath. You're going to come into downward facing dog. I'm just going to change the angle here a little bit. Okay, so we are going to do a bit more of a mobility focused yoga today. Perfect. Okay, so lift the heels away from the floor and then drop the heels down towards the floor. Lift them away and drop them back down. One more like that and hold it. So if you need to bend your knees, please feel free. If you feel a little stiff today, otherwise reach the back of the knees for the back of the room. Nod your chin and draw the rib cage in. Beautiful. On the exhale, look up in between your hands. Walk your hands up towards your feet. You're going to exhale and come into a little bit of a forward fold here. Just give your head a shake yes and no. Make sure you're not holding any tension. And from here, reach the arms all the way up. Oh, and I've disappeared. And then hands are coming back down by your side. Come up to the front of your space. Take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up. And then exhale, bend the knees as much as you need to. Forward bend. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, take the hands to the floor, step back into your plank and hold. Come down onto your knees in a modified plank. Scapular push-up. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together and then separate them. Keeping the arms nice and straight as you drop the chest towards the floor. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Last one. Hold the shoulder blades apart, squeeze the abdominals in, curl the toes under, and lift the knees up off the floor. On your next exhale, slowly lower down. Keep the elbows squeezing into the ribs. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good, hold it right there. While you're here in downward facing dog, spread the fingertips apart. Push down into your thumbs and index fingers. Draw the ribs in, keep the abdominals nice and strong, and inhale back into your plank, knees or toes. Exhale, lower down slowly, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Let's flow that with our breath. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. And again, inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time for good luck. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Right leg comes up towards the ceiling and right foot comes all the way up in between your hands. Hold here. You're going to move your right foot out to the side a little bit so that you can bring the right hand to the inside of your right foot. From here, inhale, open the left arm up. So you're pushing into the inside of your knee and bring it back down. Inhale, left arm up again. And exhale, bring it back down. One more time, inhale and open. And exhale back down. Both hands pressing down into the floor as you press back into downward facing dog. This time, step the left foot up in between your hands. You're going to move the left foot over to the left as you bring the left hand down to the floor. Okay, from here, you're going to inhale and reach the right arm up and exhale, lower it down. Okay, give me 3 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And again, inhale, reach. And exhale. Move the left hand over to the outside of your left foot. Push down and back into downward facing dog we go. Cool. Hang out right here. I'm going to turn around. And looking up in between the hands on your inhale, step, hop, or jump the feet all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, hands are by your side. Plant that right foot down into the floor. Going to come into a little bit of a balance. So you're going to take your left knee and pull it in towards your chest. And stay right there. Okay, so press down into that right big toe. Hold it. If you can, hold right here as you drop your arms by your side. Nice strong standing leg once again. Cross the foot over the opposite knee. And as you inhale, sit back into your imaginary chair and exhale back up. Inhale, imaginary chair, and exhale back up. So all we're doing right here is trying to warm up the hip, warm up your glute. Excellent. One more. And hold it. And without using your hands, we're going to switch legs. So bring the right knee up this time. You can either hold the front or release the arms down by your side. Okay, crossing the foot over the opposite knee. And inhale, sitting back into your imaginary chair. And exhale back up. Let's keep that going. Whoop, there we go. Which one of these legs is not like the other? And hold it. Without using your hands, bring it back up. And you're back up to the front. We're going to flow through one more flow before we make our way down towards the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, step back. Slowly lower it down. Nice and easy. Inhale, lead with the chest, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Going to turn that left heel in about 45 degrees and step the right foot up in between your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up, warrior one. Keep looking up in between the hands if that's okay. Otherwise, you can look down at the floor or straight ahead. And keep bending into that front knee, good 90 degrees. From here, think about turning your left hip a little bit more to face the front. Exhale, you're going to take that right elbow down on top of your right thigh and reach the left arm over your left ear. You want to think about pushing the hips forward, squeezing the abdominals back in towards the spine. And hold. And smile. If you want more, that right hand is going to come down to the outside of your right foot, and you're pushing the knee into the arm so that the kneecap stays in line with your second and third toe. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come back up into a little warrior two and straighten your front leg. Shoot the left hip out like you're giving attitude, like I always say. Reach forward through the right arm. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up, triangle, Trikonasana. Looking up at your left thumb, nodding the chin in towards your shoulder, or looking down at the floor if that's uncomfortable. Excellent. Think about shortening the left side of your body as we hold here for a few more breaths. On your next exhale, look down at the floor. Bring both hands down and lift your left heel up off the floor. All of a sudden, you're in a lunge position. You can drop the left knee on the ground. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to inhale and reach the arms up and back into a crescent lunge. You're going to exhale, bring the hands down to the floor and straighten the right leg for a hamstring stretch. Flowing this with the breath. So you're going to bend into that front knee. Inhale, reach it up. There's the hip flexor stretch. Exhale, hands are down. and straighten the front leg. On the knee, it looks like this. Inhale, crescent lunge on the knee. Exhale, hands are down, and then you just shift the weight back for the hamstring stretch right here. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, hands are down, shift the weight back. One more time. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then exhale, hands are down, hamstring stretch. Come back to center. Stay here. You're going to walk your hands around so that you are sideways or lengthways with your mat. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel. No, you can't really see mine right now. Pressing into the inner edges of your feet. You're going to inhale to lengthen your spine. I'm going to turn so you can see. On the exhale, you fold forward. Just hang here like a rag doll. Don't worry about pulling the shoulders away from the ears. I just want you to hang and allow gravity to do the rest. Give your head a shake, yes and no. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the upper back. And just let your arms hang as well. If you want, palms face down, you can reach and drop the hands here. But I want this to be very relaxed and passive. Couple more breaths. Walk your hands until they're back underneath your head so that you can inhale and lift up into that flat back. Exhale, walk your hands around to that front foot at the front of the mat. Step back into downward dog. This time, left foot comes forward. Going to drop that right heel about 45 degrees. Inhale, come into warrior one. So keep bending into the front knee. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Looking up towards the hands if that's available. Otherwise, look straight or down towards the floor. And look for that nice strong back leg as you try to turn the hips forward towards the front of your space. Left elbow's coming down now, and the right arm's coming over the ear. So looking for a nice long line, going from that right heel all the way out through the right hand. So reach with that right arm. And if you look down, the knee is in line with your second and third toe once again, but so is your bum cheek. So notice if your butt's sticking out the back. Squeeze it forward. Lean up against an imaginary wall behind you. For the last few breaths, you can take the left hand to the outside of your left foot. And again, lean back against this imaginary wall. Think about pushing the hips forward. You're going to take a look down. You're going to inhale into warrior two to straighten that front leg. Okay, the right hip shoots out the back this time as you reach forward through the left arm. Left arm comes down and the right arm reaches up. Nod the chin in towards your shoulders. You look up at your thumb or you're looking straight down at the floor. Let's check in with those shoulders as you pull them down and back. The ribs need to come in and pull back. All right, so again, it's an in towards each other, a pull back. And you want to feel that right here perhaps, maybe in the inner thigh. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, you look down at the floor. You're going to bring both hands down to either side of that front foot, curl the right toes under, and you're back into a lunge. So if we're coming into our crescent lunge as we inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, straighten out that front leg, bow forward. Inhale, crescent lunge, or you can drop down to that right knee. Exhale, hands are down, and push it back. Flow this with your breath. So just in case your goal during our quarantine was to learn how to do the splits, this is a great preparation for it. Last two. And one. Okay, same thing we did before. You're going to walk yourself around sideways this time. Inhale to flatten the back as you look up. Interlace the fingers behind you. Take a deep breath in and exhale, fold forward, nod your chin, and allow the hands to come away from that lower back. So what you're trying to do here is get a little stretch in the shoulders and your upper back. Again, look towards your belly button. Any pain in the shoulders, you can hold on to your waist or just take the hands down to the floor like we did last time and breathe. Can you turn your torso to help you look to the right? And as you look to the right, the arms go left. Come back to center and now twist at the torso to look left towards the ceiling and the arms go right. Back to center, turn to the right and back to center and turn to the left. Back to center, drop your hands down to that tailbone, bring the hands to the floor. You're going to keep your feet where they are as you inhale, come into a flat back. Turn your toes out, a little bit of a duck foot shape, so your feet are coming out on angles instead of being parallel. Going to bend the knees and sit down into a little squat position. So if this is as far as we go for today, that is amazing. If you are flexible in the hips, see how far down you can sit those hips. Any knee issues as well, maybe you want to stay up here. Bring the hands into prayer. From there, you're going to push the elbows into the inside of your knees and hold. Little inner thigh stretch. So I've been very interested in hip movement for the past week or two. So I'm trying to find different ways to open, just in case you've been doing a lot more sitting than usual. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully we are joining in on our live workouts every day. Okay. Going to drop the hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your bum up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat. Step back into plank. Come down onto your knees and back into child's pose. So the feet are together and the knees are apart. Just relax your head down on the floor here for a moment. So let's try and make this active. Just like in downward dog, you're going to spread your fingers apart. Press down into the meaty part of the palm of your hand and reach those hips back like you mean it. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your arms. Keep the elbows off the mat. Keep the arms active, pressing. Now let's take that right hand, palm facing up, slide it underneath the left arm, reach out as far as you can, and then drop the right shoulder and the ear down onto the floor. All right, looks a little something like this. So I'm actively pushing that right arm down, using my inhalations to try and increase the stretch. So as you inhale, maybe you're inhaling for a count of 6 instead of 3 or 4. And if you want to make this more intense, you're pushing into the floor with that left hand. And breathe. Great, let's come back to center so you can switch sides. Reach the left arm out this time, dropping the shoulder and the ear down onto the ground. Maybe you want to start exhaling out through your mouth this time, just to get a little bit more of a stress release in the upper back. Come back to center. So staying in our child's pose, you're going to take your hands and walk them over to the left side of your mat. And you're going to lean the hips to the right, away from those hands. Going to keep walking that right hand out as far as you can. You might feel this in your triceps, shoulder, your armpit, maybe running down the entire side of the body, maybe the hip, maybe the glutes, maybe nothing. Be aware and hold on to that smooth, even breathing. Relax your head if you can. All right, over to the other side. So hands are on the right edge of your mat. Lean the hips to the left. And again, drop the forehead to the floor if you can. But that left arm is active as you're reaching it out as far as possible. Two more breaths. And make your way up to all fours. Let's come into a little cat-cow. So you're going to inhale, lift your chin, chest, and tailbone up towards the ceiling. And exhale, tuck it under. Inhale and exhale. Really lift the upper back towards the ceiling so that you're separating your shoulder blades. Squeezing the belly button in. Last one. And hold your tabletop position. Okay, so you are looking for a long spine, but it doesn't have to be a perfectly flat, straight spine. And what I mean by that is we all have a little bit of a natural curve in the lower back, and I want you to maintain that. So on your inhale, you're going to slide that left leg out along the floor to straighten it. Keep both hips square to the ground and bring it back in. And again, inhale, lengthen the left leg by pushing the foot out and then bring it back in. Maybe this time we lift the foot off the floor an inch or two and bring it back in. Pay attention to whether or not the left hip is lifting higher than the right hip. You want to try and keep them level as best you can. Maybe now that left leg comes up just a touch higher, but what we want to try and avoid is keeping it parallel to the ground. At that point, we start arching a lot more in the back, so keep the abdominals working. And we're just looking for a little bit of a glute strengthening right there. One more time. And let's switch over to the other side. So remember we had those 3 practice ones where you slide your foot out and bring it back in. And slide the foot out and bring it back in. So flow this with your breath. That was one more practice. Staying with those, or maybe you're lifting off the floor an inch or two and bring it in. And again, lengthen and release. Let's go for 3 more. Abs nice and strong. And 2. One more time. And you're in. Okay, everybody's favorite, pigeon. So you're going to make your way into downward facing dog from your all fours position. Take your right foot, or your right shin rather, swing it up in between your hands. And here you are in pigeon. The closer that right foot goes to the front of the mat, the more intense you can make the stretch. And just walk it down wherever you feel challenged yet comfortable. So we're going to stay here. If you are on your elbows like I am and you're starting to feel a lot of strain in the neck from having to hold the head up off the floor, you can make 2 fists and stack them one on top of the other to rest the forehead down. You can grab whatever you have nearby. So whether it be board games or a water bottle or shoes, and just maybe you don't want to stack shoes right by your nose. Am I right? Just find a way, or a pillow, blanket, Just put it underneath your forehead to hold some of that weight. And while you're here, you're going to come back to your even breaths. So counting the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale is just going to allow you to stay present and keep your mind off of anything else that's going on right now. It'll also help your muscles to let go. So as you know, thoughts affect how your body reacts or feels. So if we can just be calm and focused on the breathing, the rest of the body can also relax. Make your way back upright onto the hands, curl the toes under and back into downward dog to switch legs. And release. Keep your exhalations audible. So maybe you can slightly constrict the back of your throat so that your exhales sound like waves crashing against the beach or Darth Vader, whatever helps. Or if you remember what it was like to try and fog up the window in the winter so that you could draw pictures, that's the kind of action we're going with, or going for rather. Can you pull those shoulders away from the ears just to keep space in the neck? And walk it all the way back up. Gonna lean to the left and swing the legs around in front. Okay, Elena, do you think we've worked enough core this week? Type in no. Or we're just gonna pretend she typed no. We're gonna do some more core. All right, squeeze those legs together, hold on underneath the knees. You're gonna lean back with a nice long spine and roll the shoulders down. Any lower back pain, please keep your hands behind you. One foot maybe. Lower back pain, one foot stays down. Maybe both legs are up. Okay, the closer your hands are to your bum, the more challenging you can make it. And if you go hands free, then that is your level 3. You're going to inhale and lengthen the body out as much as you can. And exhale, bring everything back up here. Looks like this if you have one foot on the floor, and exhale. If you have both feet on the floor, you lean back and exhale, push into your hands. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, touch the inside of your foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, touch the inside of the other foot. Inhale, exhale. Last 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, you're going to lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest and give it a rock from side to side. Give your lower back a massage here. Take it around in circles in one direction and switch directions. Hold on to that right knee as you lengthen the left leg out along the floor. And then switch to the other side. All right, one more thing, and I'm going to let you almost go. So you're going to take your feet just as wide as the mat. And then drop the knees over from side to side for windshield wipers, rather. Try to get that knee to the inside of the knee, rather, to touch the floor. If it does, great. If it doesn't, no problem. Just a few more. Bring the legs back to center. Feet are flat on the floor. Walk those heels in towards you as much as you can. On your inhale, arms and hips lift up and away from the floor. And exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, hips and arms lift up and over. Exhale, bring it back down. Last one. Inhale up and over. And exhale, release. Any lower back pain? Take the feet wide, keep the knees resting against each other, and the arms are flopping out to the sides. Otherwise, legs are straight. Now take a few deep breaths. Exhaling out through your mouth.